today's news report is a discussion of women's oppression in Egypt, what problems exist, and what efforts are being taken against it. Good afternoon, I'm Lauren Lancaster.
And I'm Raquel Gutierrez.
And welcome to the Channel 7 news special on women's oppression in Egypt. Women in Egypt have been fighting against oppression. In today's segment, we will cover sexism, discrimination, slavery, and violence. We will also take a closer look at the efforts being made to stop the oppression. Sexism is the attitudes or behavior based on traditional stereotypes of sexual roles. Discrimination is when someone makes a distinction in favor of or against a person or thing on the basis of their group, class, or category. Sexist attitudes stem from traditional stereotypes of gender roles, including the belief that a person of one sex is superior to a person of another. An example is women in Egypt receive unequal compensation or treatment compared to men. Some more serious cases of sexism lead to sexual harassment, rape, and other forms of sexual violence. News reporter Ryan Miranda comes to us with more information on slavery.
Egyptian slavery is as old as the pyramids, and though it was banned in the 1870s under British pressure, it has never entirely gone away. Egypt is a source, transit, and destination country for women and children trafficked for the purpose of forced labor and sexual exploitation. The government of Egypt does not fully comply with minimum standards for the elimination of trafficking. However, it is making significant efforts to do so. The government enacted amendments to the child law prohibiting child trafficking, provided training for government officials on the use of these amendments, and began the prosecution of several alleged sex trafficking offenders. Men from the Gulf reportedly traveled to Egypt to purchase temporary marriages with Egyptian females. This includes girls who are under the age of 18. These arrangements are often facilitated by the female's parents and marriage brokers. Child sex tourism is increasingly reported in Cairo, Alexandria, and Luxor. Young females may be coerced into prostitution in Cairo's nightclubs by families or Sudanese gang members. Egypt is a transit country for women trafficked from Uzbekistan, Moldova, Ukraine, Russia, and other Eastern European countries to Israel for sexual exploitations.
Rights Watch calls this an epidemic of sexual violence. Name-calling and random groping are now the norm to the extent that they are unlikely to be reported, was quoted by Human Rights Watch victims. United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women said that 99.3% of Egyptian women have suffered from some form of sexual harassment.
Now we go live to Ryan Miranda with victim Randa.
Randa is a 22-year-old female from Cairo who dresses as a male in order to attend medical school. She does this to avoid sexual assault.
The only thing that the attackers are interested in is that the target is a woman. It does not matter if she is young or old or what her background might be. If you are female, you are viewed as someone who is worthy of punishment. These violations transcend politics. They represent innate prejudice and hate. The real problem is that they are getting worse and more frequent.
Back to you in the studio, Lauren.
Thank you for watching this news special on women's oppression in Egypt. I'm Lauren Lancaster.
And I'm Raquel Gutierrez.
Good night.
Good night.
Dun, dun, dun.